My name's David Moss, and today I'm going to be tying a fly that's called Dee's Shag fly. It's made using some material that you can pick up in any hobby store, Walmart, and it's called Fun Fur. You can pick it up for a couple of dollars and tie probably 1,000 flies out one of these rolls. Comes in a lot of different colors. We've got yellow and orange and black and olive. You can get it in silver, gold, multi-hues, purple. Comes in a lot of colors. Makes for a real interesting fly. One of the reasons I like this material is it comes, and it's kind of, you might say, a version of a woolly booger. It's got these little pieces of yarn comes out from the main body, which makes some nice little legs that makes a lot of movement in the water for your fly. And with the movement, that's what entices the fish to bite. Now, I actually started tying this fly originally as a joke, which sounds a little funny, but it turned out he caught fish, and that's the secret of any fly. I've already debarbed the hook, put a bead on it, put it in my vise here. Now we need to dress the hook. So we got a good base to tie our fly on. Now this is a very simple fly to tie because we're just using one basic material on it, so you don't have to worry about putting all the different materials in there. And if you forgot, have to back up and put them in there. So let me get the hook dressed here, and then we'll put the main material on our hook here. Now I like to use threads that kind of go with the color of material I'm using at this time. Since I'm tying this in yellow, I like to use a red thread because red and yellow goes real well together. If I was tying it in orange, I would use a black thread because the red would blend in with the orange and not give us the contrast that we want. If I was tying it in black, I would tend to use a red thread, giving me the red gill look on it. This fly, when you tie it, makes a real buggy fly in the water, but it also will imitate a leech real well. Okay, we're going to get our hooks started here, our material. And I always like to go behind it. That just locks it on there a little better, where it's less likely to pull loose. I've always hated flies where your materials come loose when you're fishing them. Now, when I first started tying this, I thought I could use the rotary on my vise to tie this, but the rotary tends to cause a problem. With all these little legs, you've got to continually pull them back out of the way. And so I got to keep pulling them back out of the way, and I can't put one hand on the rotary while I'm wrapping this around. And if you don't pull them, all those little legs on your fly will be underneath, and then you won't get the action you want out of your fly. And this is the only part that creates a problem in tying this fly, because all you're doing is taking it, wrapping the fly, take your material and just keep wrapping it around, continually pulling the legs back out of the way.
Yeah, right, yeah. That was a Civil War buff, man.
But it's a fly that will tie up real quick for you, and I've never been one to spend a lot of time on tying too many flies, because I want something to tie that I can get out in the water with and be able to fish it real quick. Because I always felt like if I had to spend 2 hours tying a fly, then my feelings would be hurt if I lost the fly. Okay, as you can see, we're starting to get these legs back here out of the way, sticking out. Okay, just about get up here to the end. But I originally took this fly out, and I was catching perch and bass on it. And anyway, I took it out, and I was tying these over at the sow bug. And I decided I needed to see if he'd catch trout, and I took it out there on first cast. Wham, I had one. I only had one left after tying all day and giving them away, and so I lost it on the first cast to a big old rainbow. And so I know a rainbow will hit it.
They had another one up there in Chicago.
And you can adjust the colors according to what you're fishing for. Get in front of the material there. Lock it down real good. Now there's variations of this material in which you can tie smaller flies with it and different kinds of flies. Now I'm going to put a little collar on here, so we'll have that red showing right up here at the top. Tend to make the fish think there's some gills right here.
Right up there.
Okay. Finish our fly off here.
Yeah. That's a nice trip.
Glue our thread down.
I like this.
And we have a finished fly.